Welcome back to another LP Gallery tutorial. Today, we're going to be talking about modifying your clip art. If you create a lot of PowerPoint clip art like I do, what you find is that you end up reassembling clip art into other clip art rather than creating everything from scratch. So generally, you can find a central component that you need from something, and you just add pieces to it, and you turn it into something entirely different. So that's what we're going to show you with this one. So here we have a nice glass sphere. Now, if you watched our tutorials, you know how to do these kind of things. Now I'm going to modify this into many different pieces of clip art. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I think I'll turn this into a nice little Christmas ornament. So we need to add a little cap to this. We need to add something that goes around the center like this. So now you have a transparent Christmas ornament. So that's one piece of clip art. We'll move that out of the way, and we'll borrow this one, and we'll create something else. Now, how about something like this? How about we just add a base to this, and now you have a crystal ball. So, very simple, still keeping with our glass theme. So we have a crystal ball, we have a base that looks very fancy, very simple to do. These little fancy filigree you see down here that looks so complex is nothing more than symbols. Yes, and I do mean symbols. We do have a video to show you how to take symbols from your symbol sets and use them as part of your design in clip art. It's very simple, very easy to do, and that's how you can get to these little fancy things like that. Okay, so now you have a crystal ball. That's clip art number 2. Let's borrow this one again, and let's take something like this. Now, everybody at some point has done the old PowerPoint magnification trick. We have your little magnifying glass, and it's magnifying the words underneath there. So everybody's done that at one time. So there it is. Doesn't look like a glass sphere here. Now the glass looks a little flatter like it would be in a magnifying glass. Okay, so the rest of this is very easy to assemble. They're just simple shapes put together and give it a metallic feel to it. Okay, so that's nice clip art number 3. Let's move that here. Let's borrow this one again, and let's try something a little different. Let's add a little piece like this, and let's add a little shadow on top like that. And now what do you have? Well, now you have a glass marble. Okay, we're still kind of keeping with the glass theme, so we have a glass marble. Looks pretty good. Doesn't look like a Christmas glass ornament. Doesn't look like your little fortune crystal ball. Doesn't look like the magnifying glass. It now looks like a glass marble. So the component pieces you add to it will direct the audience to what you want it to be. So now we have a glass marble. So let's move that out of the way. Let's borrow this again. Now let's say you're creating a PowerPoint presentation, maybe for birthdays or something like that, or anniversaries, and you'd like to put some balloons in here. Okay, so let's add some components here. We'll add some text. This one says happy birthday, and I'm going to add a little bottom piece to it, and it's not a glass sphere anymore, it's a balloon. So now you have a balloon, and it looks like a balloon. It does not look like a glass sphere, it looks like a transparent balloon. So again, the pieces you add to it is what will transform it into something else, still using the glass sphere as a central component. So let's get rid of that one. Now let's take this one again. Let's borrow that. And let's say you're doing something for Christmas. You got a Christmas glass ornament. Maybe you want to add some more components to the Christmas idea. So let's take something like this. There's your base, and you have a nice Christmas light. So there's round lights, there's more, there's longer lights. We show how to do both kind of lights. So if you're interested in doing this kind of stuff, we have our Christmas series on that. That looks pretty good. If you want to add a little more detail, you can add the filament in there, if that's your thing, and you have something like that. Quite often Christmas lights are not always clear. Sometimes they have this crackling type glaze on it. And that's easily done with the PowerPoint picture tools. So if you convert some of this stuff into bitmaps like PNG files, and we'll show you how to do that in our Christmas series, you can get a nice crackling glaze that looks like this. And if you put it in there, it looks a little more like a Christmas light. So PowerPoint has a lot of tools, and you'd be surprised how you can use both vectors and bitmaps and to assemble them into a different kind of a piece like this. So that one is done. Let's move that out of the way. Now let's borrow this again. And let's make something a little more delicate. Let's take a little bit of filigree like this. And now you got a nice pendant or a little necklace. So now this becomes a jewel. It doesn't become a glass. It now looks like some type of jewel piece. And all these little fancy filigree you see here, that's like the clasp that's grabbing onto the gemstone here, is nothing more than your symbols again. So we're going to show you how to use symbols to create fancy little things like this. So it's all very easily done. So we have a nice little gem piece right here. So let's take that. Let's move that out of the way. Now let's take this one more time. Put it down there. Maybe you're doing a kid's story. You're creating a nice PowerPoint slideshow. Maybe you're talking about wizards and things of that nature, and you want to add some wizard type things to it. So how about we do that? Now you got a wizard's wand. Again, using the glass sphere as the major component. So again, this is all very easily done. So these are, again, your symbols. These are just symbols. We show how to create them and stretch them out. The rest of these, of course, are just your moon shapes. These little green ones are just nothing more than a repeat of these. So again, adding another component, you change what it is. Let's move that out of the way. And for our last little piece, this is a little more fancier, but we'll just throw it in here. We have a ring. And there's your ring. We're going to show you how to create a ring because a ring is very simple to do. It looks very complex. It is very, very easy to do. So again, we have some symbols here just to add some design. And these, of course, would be nothing more than this. So you'd take that, you'd group it, and you make small versions. And in no time, you have a fancy little ring. I'm going to put them all together in a row, and we're going to take a look at them. And I'm going to show you one more little thing. Now, if you watched our tutorials, you pretty well know what I'm going to be doing with this last part. I always kind of mention the idea if you can stick to your color themes, because if you can stick to your color themes, if that's possible, then you can make multiple colored things very quickly. So once again, I'm going to change the colors of all the glass spheres here. So I'm going to go to my design, I'm going to go to my color themes, and I'm going to just run through my colors. And as I do that, you'll notice that they all change. So again, it's very simple to create multiple clip art using one basic component as you see here. And if you stick to your color themes, it's easy to create multiple color versions of the same thing. So thank you for watching. And if you found this tutorial useful, stick around because we have a lot of tutorials on how to create these complex looking clip art with very simple means. And if you're interested in other clip art ideas, check out our other videos.